Thanks for stopping by and watching. We've had a really great weekend. I got to get another flight in. I've been flying a lot more than I have in the past, so it's been great. And then the day after I got to fly, I got to participate in a general aviation fly-in with Resurgence PPG, where we got to answer a lot of questions, and I got to learn a lot more about Resurgence and what they do and how they operate. And it's just been a great weekend. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. So I finally got in the air after a kind of a long day driving out to the airport from where I live. It was a Friday afternoon, and Charlotte traffic is always bad, but on a Friday it gets exponentially worse. So it took me a little more than an hour and a half to drive out to Shelby where the airport is, and then I had time to get some dinner and relax. And then I actually kind of slowly took my time setting up the wing because the airport was really busy too. There was originally 3 planes in the pattern. There was a jet taking off, which I'll show at the end of this video. I'll close out with the jet taking off. So I took my time setting up the wing and waiting for all the general aviation pilots so I wouldn't be in their way. And then when we got down to just one left, I called on the radio that I was taking off, and the other guy in the pattern said he wanted to watch, so no pressure, let's go. But it was good. I took off and then departed the pattern to the north and stuff, and had one of my longest flights, and even got to cool off a little bit as I went up to altitude. It kept getting cooler as I went up, so I ended up going up to about 3,050 feet and really enjoyed it. It was nice and cool. It was kind of like the air conditioning was on when I was up there. And then when I was done, from that height, I could easily see where the airport was, and basically glided back for about 2.5 miles. Didn't need any power until I was getting down and setting up for landing, so it was really an awesome flight. I really enjoyed myself. The camera, I didn't have my phone preview on to see what my screen was doing, and I think the camera got bumped and it knocked it pointing down, so the flight footage isn't great, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on the flight footage. And we'll talk about the rest of the weekend too. So this was a Friday night, so the very next day I had a call from Todd Scandrett with Resurgence PPG asking me if I wanted to bring my Trike out. There was going to be a general aviation fly-in at the airport, and we could answer some questions and stuff about Resurgence and what they do, and explain paramotoring and our machines as well. And it was really fun. Really enjoyed it. I learned a lot from Todd about how Resurgence operates and what they do. And wow, such a great organization, and what a great guy. I mean, to have the vision to do what he's doing is absolutely amazing. I really respect him and what his group stands for. Being a veteran myself, of course, you really just have to appreciate what he does for people. I'll put a link to Resurgence PPG's website in my description below, so make sure you check that out. And if you feel like it, please donate. It's such a great cause. I can't think of a better group out there, and they just are doing amazing things within the paramotoring community, that's for sure. Just to get back to the flying part of this here, you can see I am actually in my work clothes during this video because I left straight from work. I got out a little later than normal for a Friday, so I headed straight out there. Fussed with traffic, didn't want to go back to the house and change clothes. So it was not typical flying gear for me. You know, I don't have on shorts and a t-shirt. I got on a polo shirt, t-shirt, long pants, and it was probably in the low 90s, I believe, on Friday. So it was really warm. So hence the climbing up to 3,000 feet to cool off a little bit and check all that out. So and that was amazing. It was really something here, and you'll see at the end of the video, part of the gliding and stuff, and then I just get back. So, but I'm gonna put in here some sights from the general aviation fly-in at Shelby Airport. It's actually Shelby, Cleveland County Regional Airport. They did a great job putting on this fly-in. I was really happy to be in there as a part of it with Todd. I thank him for inviting me, and got to see a lot of different planes. A medevac helicopter was in as well. Another helicopter was giving rides. JARS, they're a missionary aviation group. They were there giving plane rides as well. And I was impressed to see how many people came out. And I thought the best thing was a mother with her 2 kids came up, and she saw what we were doing and stuff, and she says, "Do you fly out of here?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, we do." And she says, "Were you flying last night?" And I said, "Yes, I was." She pulled up her phone and had a picture of me flying. She goes, "My son was waving, trying to get you to come closer." And I said, "Well, I was high enough to where I could probably barely see people." I said, "Usually if I see somebody waving like that, I may drop down a little lower and see them, especially if it's not over a congested area." Um, but that was really exciting. That's the first person that ever came up and told me that they saw me flying, so that was really cool. I got a big kick out of that. So guys, at this point in the video, I'm just powering down from about 3,050 feet is where I was, and the rest of it is a glide back to the airport. And I didn't need power till I was, probably just a few hundred yards north of the airport and setting up for a landing and stuff. Um, there was no planes in the pattern for landing, so I had a very smooth comeback and transition. So something else you'll notice on my phone app right there, I'm used to using Fly Sky High, but I've also have PPGPS, and I was trying that for the first time today. And I don't want to say I don't like it. I think I've just gotten used to Fly Sky High. So um, I guess that change in things I'm not used to yet. I may use it another time. I really, so far, I think I like Skyfly High better. So if you guys have used both apps, let me know what you think on your comparisons. Um, a couple things I didn't like. It actually, the screen went black um, just as I was taking off, which that never happened with me with Fly Sky High. And then I didn't realize in the settings you had to tell it to record a flight for a flight log, so you can't export that flight if you want to watch it on something else. So there was nothing in the logbook when I was done, and then I realized in the settings there's a couple of switches you have to turn on for it to log. With Fly Sky High, that was kind of intuitive. It was automatically recording my flights and keeping them in a logbook. um, so that's the only changes I know. Like I said, I'll probably give it some more shots. It was the first time I used it. I just want to see the difference. I do like that it sort of gives you the heading, taking into account the wind as well. So you could be crabbing a little bit and it'll actually show you the direction you're going. Fly Sky High, as far as I know, doesn't quite do that. But Fly Sky High is also, for me, wearing glasses and stuff, a lot easier to read than PPGPS is as well. So anyways, feel free to let me know your thoughts and stuff down in the comments. I'm really just enjoying this very long glide back to the airport. This is probably the longest I've ever glided. Well, maybe with my engine out, but this is even farther, a lot farther than that. So I was really enjoying this. It is basically like a sled ride back to the airport. And it was nice and quiet. I didn't have the engine noise. I didn't have to keep some right brake pressure to compensate for torque on the motor. It was just a very calming end to my flight here, and I really enjoyed it. So make sure you watch till the end. You'll see the jet takeoff that I was waiting for before I took off. You guys, and speaking of the jet taking off, something else I wanted to mention is if you fly out of a busy airport, under Part 103, we're basically to give way to all of general aviation itself and stuff. So if you do fly out of an airport that's from time to time to get busy, just have some patience, wait around. Usually the people are very accommodating. I'm flying out of a great place. The people are super nice. Sometimes I'll land and talk to the pilots, and I know a couple weeks ago a student got out of his plane with the instructor, and the student was said, "I am highly intrigued by this and want to know all about it." So I sat there and talked to him for a few minutes and stuff, and I just enjoy talking to other pilots as well. So um, it's just, I just want to reiterate, it's just patience. I would love to fly out of a sod farm that's 5 minutes away from my house, but this situation has worked out well for me. And at times you do got to just have some patience. You got to listen to the radio, be very intentional about what you're doing, and make sure you communicate well with the traffic that's in your area. So anyways, I'll let you finish watching this glide in and landing at the airport. Enjoy, and I hope to see you back at the channel soon. Take care. Hey guys, I had a great flight. It's beautiful sunset out here in Shelby, North Carolina. It was kind of a busy day. Had to be patient, wait my turn. We had a jet taking off, had a couple planes in the pattern. So I took my time setting up the wing, and basically just kind of waited my turn. And when we were down to one plane in the pattern, I was just finishing up. So timing wise, it really worked out. And I got to go up, and it was probably good waiting a little longer because the winds calmed down even more, and I had a great long flight. It was great. Got up to my highest altitude today, which was 3,000 feet, just for a minute. It was actually to cool off. It's pretty warm here today. I was well out of the pattern and a couple miles to the north of the airport, and got up and enjoyed that, and then basically glided from a couple miles all the way back to the airport from that, and that was awesome. Probably see some of that in the footage, and I did get the jet taken off, so we'll have that. But we have this beautiful sunset right now. I'm folding up my wing. Got it all laid out. Allie at One Up Adventures would be proud. Strobe still going on the Trike. And then here's our sunset. A little clouds out there today, but it is just beautiful. When you get up a couple hundred feet that way, you can really see the mountains, and they look amazing. All right guys, again, thanks for watching.